It's a familiar sight. You reach for a slice of bread and there it is, a small, fuzzy green-blue spot. The temptation is strong. Just slice that corner off, right? The rest of the loaf looks perfectly fine. But that seemingly harmless decision could be a serious mistake, because what you see is just the tip of the iceberg. Bread isn't like a hard cheese, it's soft and porous. That visible mold has sent microscopic roots, called hyphae, deep into the loaf, spreading an invisible network of contamination. So what happens if you take the risk? Best case scenario, nothing. Your body handles it. But often you're looking at a bout of gastrointestinal distress. Nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, your body's immediate rejection of the unwanted guest. For some, the reaction is allergic. The mold spores can trigger sneezing, a runny nose, or even skin rashes. And if you have asthma, inhaling those spores from the contaminated bread can lead to a serious attack or other respiratory issues like wheezing and coughing. But the real danger lies in what you can't see, taste, or smell. Certain molds are tiny chemical factories producing toxic substances called mycotoxins. These aren't living organisms, they're poisonous byproducts that can survive cooking and spread far beyond the visible mold. One common bread mold, Penicillium, the same family that gives us penicillin, can also produce harmful mycotoxins. An even more notorious one is Aspergillus. It can appear as green, yellow, or even black mold and produces some of the most potent mycotoxins known, aflatoxins. The World Health Organization identifies aflatoxins as a significant risk factor for liver cancer. These compounds are damaging even in small, repeated doses. While the long-term effects of chronic, low-level exposure are still an open question for researchers, the evidence we have is clear. It's a gamble you don't want to take. And this is precisely why cutting off the moldy spot is so futile. The mycotoxins may have already leached throughout the entire loaf. So how do you avoid this battle altogether? Prevention is all about controlling the environment. Mold loves moisture and warmth. Storing your bread in a bread box is a great option as it balances humidity and airflow. Paperbacks are better than plastic, which traps moisture and creates a perfect breeding ground. Your refrigerator, surprisingly, isn't a great choice. While it slows mold, it rapidly speeds up the staling process by causing starch retrogradation, making your bread dry and hard much faster. The absolute best way to preserve bread for the long haul? Slice it, wrap it tightly, and freeze it. This halts both staling and mold growth in their tracks. Keep in mind that some breads are more vulnerable. Denser, moister breads like whole grain or certain gluten-free varieties can be more susceptible than commercial white bread, which often contains preservatives like calcium propionate, designed specifically to inhibit mold growth. But no bread is immune. At the end of the day, it's a simple calculation of risk. That loaf of bread cost a few dollars. Is it worth a few days of sickness, an allergic reaction, or exposure to substances linked to serious diseases? The answer is always no. When you see that spot of mold, don't see it as a small blemish to be surgically removed. See it as a warning sign from the entire loaf. Your health is worth more. When in doubt, always throw it out.